Getting money since I was legit. Ever since I blew, they all on my hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got your long. I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my fit. Ex-slick, then hit with the back then, used to out the zip. Blow out his back, then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship. All these four things, pull out the VIP. Suck, turn up, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip.
All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9?
Come on, fellas.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The end result, 21 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Yellow. There's a wide, right? Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. I got one. 43. Right there. 54.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mahomes. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 29-yard line. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
Now here's Mahomes. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Yellow. Check 37. Tight dog. Yellow. He's coming. Let's go, baby.
Mahomes to throw once more. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 11th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs take it right down and score on the opening drive. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd year back from Florida State. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Cousins to throw it. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get a
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
Now the rookie from Boise State, Alexander Madison. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
So many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
To throw, Cousins. And he finds his target. It's sharp. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Mahomes will try again on 2nd down. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Mahomes. Here as he's taken down. Danielle Hunter in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
51 yards on the punt there. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Watch time. Tie it up.
On 2nd and 7, Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Chris Jones in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long.
You better be ready. Don't be scared.
3rd and long for Cousins. Going right side here, and that's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First down, here's the run with Cook. He's got the first down here inside the 30. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal.
Gun.
Cousins. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
They'll run for it with Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it 3rd and goal.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you. Check 99. Check 99.
Cousins gives way to Cook, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Well, if this defense can hold them to a field goal here, what a win that would be.
Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. But this started with 1st and goal, so they were in 4-down territory right from the beginning. I say you finish it off and go for the touchdown.
Now, after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Jim.
On 2nd and 12, Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. Kelsey, such a valuable part of this offense. Made the Pro Bowl the last 4 seasons. 2018 being the most productive when he went over 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns, and a great relationship between he and Pat Mahomes off the field. Very good friends, attended a bunch of high-profile sporting events together in the offseason, and that chemistry, it certainly shows on the field. Now Mahomes going to get this one to Hill, and this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down." They love being physical.
Being chased out left. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 25-yard line.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Mahomes. And that is caught by Watkins for a Chief touchdown. Sammy Watkins, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Butker now to add the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by the rookie from UVA, Ron Thornhill. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Steps away to his left. Open man is Hill. He's got it. Well, they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And an alley to run. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Here's Cousins. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings.
Has a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a 1st.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
Yeah, they should be aware, but it's so hard sometimes.
It's not easy.
Because when they
and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 34. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They've had a very solid first half, and as we near the end of that first half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now.
And when you put together a game plan on offense, you put together what you think is going to be the best possible scenario, right? Hey, we're going to score. These are the plays that are going to do it. But you also put together your counters, meaning after they make adjustments to what you're doing, what do we have to go to next?
The adjustment to the adjustment?
Exactly. So I can't wait to see if we come out of the half, how they're going to go about doing things. So you just keep running what you ran before.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Daniil Hunter racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he gets this to the other side across the 45 before going out. A good pickup there at 22. Mahomes now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on 1st down. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. The tight end Kelsey was the intended target, and it's 2nd down. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it online, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Gun. 50's the mark.
Here's Madison running on first down. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Watch twist. Watch twist.
Another carry now for Madison. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
They'll run with Madison, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second down, this is Madison. And he'll take this close to a first down at the Chiefs' 36.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Chris Jones has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Here's Britton Colquitt now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Mahomes now on first down. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Going on the ground with Madison. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
And it's 3rd down.
Let's go hard. 180. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. In your face. What's that?
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Well, that field goal block pretty much sums up the day for them, doesn't it?
Boy, it really does. What's the word we often use? Symptomatic. It's just been a sign of how this one's gone.
Give a lot of credit to the guys who got in and blocked the kick. They've had the advantage all game, and they continue to press it.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
On second down, Freeman. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Definitely too early to panic, but that is his fourth carry of the game, and collectively has in total 10 yards. So maybe there's no panic, but maybe some concern.
Yeah, and maybe a little concern up front because they're not giving him any space right now. Dancing to his left. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Yellow, go on, 80. 54, Mike, 54. You go, 99. Son, go, 99. Yellow. Smoke.
On first down, Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
50, yellow. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55.
I can't believe they let you play.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Flush to his, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Danielle Hunter, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Here's the Chiefs punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. This is brought in at the 21. Now, sometimes those punt returns can yield some unnecessary roughness penalty.
Now, I know a lot of guys, when they run a long way to execute a block or make a hit, they're going to launch it no matter what, and it can often cost them.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Kyle Rudolph. His first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Now, they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Tackle. Attack. Check 25. He's coming. Double up.
Throwing now is Mahomes, escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep left side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Hey, 15.
On 2nd down now, it's Freeman. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Devontae Freeman, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Well, not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again. And you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
The 24-yard line.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. To throw is Cousins. The throw complete to Beebe. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And now here is another interception. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
That one goes for 24 yards.
1st and 10 at the 10-yard line.
Mahomes now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've got an answer for it.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. And again, it's Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Danielle Hunter in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. They'll throw again. Cousins. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards, first down, Vikings. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 48-yard line. Cousins. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the rookie from UVA, Juan Thornhill. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth-quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point right down the middle, and that'll increase their lead to 28. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. From just shy of midfield, Cousins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Bashaud Breeland. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he had won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks.
Come back.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. That is incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Now here's Mahomes. That one complete to Hill. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Looking to throw is Mahomes. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 34. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Bashaud Breeland. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. On first down, Freeman. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Easy. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Check nickel.
Check 24. Check 24.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down.
Here we go.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Kansas City, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, the turnaround hasn't materialized as they fall to 2-7. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well.
The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.